कटक शहीद भवन में हाईकोर्ट बार एसोसिएशन आनुकूल्य अनुष्ठित होइछि एक जातीय स्तर आलोचना चक्र कार्यक्रम में सुप्रीमकोर्ट प्रधान विचारपति जस्टिस सूर्यकांत मुख्य अतिथि भाव जोग देइछन्ति। साधारण लोकंकु न्याय प्रदान आईनगत खर्च और विलंबित प्रक्रियार समय ह्रास शीर्षक एक महत्वपूर्ण विषय उपरे आलोचना होइछि। हाईकोर्टर मुख्य विचारपति जस्टिस हरीश टंडन मुख्य वक्ता भाव जोग देइछन्ति। अन्यमानक मध्यरे एडवोकेट जनरल पीताम्बर आचार्य, ओडिशा राज्य बार काउंसिलर अध्यक्ष सीतांशु मोहन द्विवेदी सामिल होइछन्ति। हाईकोर्ट बार एसोसिएशन सभापति मनोज मिश्र सभापतित्व में यह आलोचना चक्र अनुष्ठित होइछि। तेबे मुख्य अतिथि भाव प्रधान विचारपति जस्टिस सूर्यकांत सामिल होइछन्ति। आपण देखुछन्ति हाईकोर्ट बार एसोसिएशन पक्षरु यह आलोचना चक्र अनुष्ठित होइतिला। कुआ जाउछि आलोचना चक्र सुप्रीमकोर्ट प्रधान विचारपति सामिल होइतिले और आलोचना चक्र रहितिला हाईकोर्ट बार एसोसिएशन पक्षरु जहाँ सभापतित्व करते मनोज मिश्र तांका सभापतित्व में यह आलोचना चक्र अनुष्ठित हो जाइछि।
Technology for inclusive efficiency reflects an unwavering dedication to enhancing judicial efficiency. It is my singular honor to invite Honorable Chief Justice of India, Shri Justice Surya Kant, our chief guest, to enlighten us with his visionary reflections and distinguished address.
Thank you. Thank you. Justice Harish Tandon, Honorable Chief Justice of the Odisha High Court, my esteemed brother and sister judges from the Odisha High Court, very distinguished former judges of the High Court who led this institution and this great High Court as an example, Shri Pītambar Acharya, learned Advocate General for the State of Odisha, Shri Manoj Kumar Mishra, Senior Advocate and President of the Odisha High Court Bar Association, Shri Sitanshu Mohan Dwivedi, Senior Advocate and Chairman of the Odisha State Bar Council, Senior Advocates and learned members of the Odisha High Court Bar Association and various other bar associations of Cuttack and Bhubaneswar who are gracing this occasion. But most importantly, very respected senior advocates who have completed 50 years or more in practice and those who have been honored by the Bar Association today, Registrar General, judicial officers and other officials of the High Court establishment, senior officers of the civil and police administration, the Mayor Shri Subhash Singh, Mr. Vinay Tosh Mishra, IPS Director General, some of the very senior advocates to whom I really felt very honored when I found that they have graced this occasion. I salute you, all of you, sir. Senior judges of the High Court, Justice Pathak, Justice Sahu, and of course my other brother and sister judges. The members of the bar, ladies and gentlemen, my dear law students, friends from media. Thank you very much for inviting me for this felicitation event and also giving me this opportunity to speak on a topic which is very close to my heart, namely ensuring justice for the common man and what should be our strategies for reducing litigation, costs and delays. As always, it's a pleasure to be in Odisha, a land shaped by artistic excellence and great ancient kingdoms, a land which is honored in our national anthem by its sobriquet or nickname Utkal. All of you know Utkal being derived from the Sanskrit expression, and when you translate that, it says the land of elevated art and craft. That is, I think, a perfect fit of a little for a reason where creativity has long intertwined with the character, where culture stands not as an ornament but as an inheritance. But beyond our venue, I am enthused to be among you all today in this landmark symposium, as I said, very close to my heart. When on 24th November 25, I assumed the office of the Chief Justice of India, a swarm of reporters surrounded me. My media friends are always there when I go, and I'm very thankful to them. They ask sometimes very intelligent, very pertinent questions. So some of them, rather each one of them would definitely ask a question which is very common, that what is my vision? So of course many of them would expect that I will give very elaborate institutional blueprints that I'm going to do this, and that's my planning. But probably to that extent I may not be very encouraging for them, because I have not said so many things except to say that the first goal I could verbalize is very simple, and that goal is to ensure justice for the common man. That is the mission I am carrying, and with your active support, cooperation, a collaborative approach, a commitment, I am quite sure that we will be able to march that difficult path and reach at the milestone. Everything else, my dear friends, for me, from reform to technology to ADR, flows from this single moral imperative. Yesterday I was in Jaisalmer inaugurating the West Zone Regional National Judicial Academy Conference. There also I spoke something quite similar, that the true test of our judicial system is not in its theories, but in the lived experience of the ordinary citizen. We reflected on how the rule of law acquires meaning when justice feels predictable, accessible, and humane. The discussions there centered around on a simple ideal, namely that every reform must ultimately lighten the burden on the common litigant, reduce uncertainty, and affirm dignity. Please keep these three principles in mind when I say justice to the common man, and these are the ingredients of that justice. Namely, the reduction of burden on the common man, reduction of uncertainty, and affirmation of dignity. The themes may have worn different clothes in Jaisalmer, but their heartbeat was the same. Today's symposium is most timely in confronting the two obstacles that frequently stand between the common man and the true justice. What are those two obstacles? One, the cost of litigation, and second, the delay in its resolution. So let us examine the human face of delay. Allow me to begin with a memory from my days as a young lawyer in district and high court. The days when I spent most of the time in dusty corridors than in air-conditioned chambers. One afternoon, I noticed an elderly farmer waiting outside a courtroom. He had a matter listed at such a number that it might come the turn or the turn may not come. It was already 3 p.m. So I asked him out of concern, as normally in part of the states, in in our side, we sometimes call them as